If you're new in town or just new to this whole podcast thing, you're tuning in to Law by Night, the podcast that discusses all things vampiric with no fear of breaching the Masquerade. In this episode, we shall discuss the Kinfolk, the humans and animals connected to the Fera but are not of the Fera themselves. We shall explore their origins, motives, and what sort of cultures these organisms live.
A sad and uncomfortable truth of the World Cub is that not all of Gaia's children are born equal. Depending on who you ask, some are not bred equally either, a would-turn a phrase that can have many meanings. Many place the rank and importance of one's tribe over another, which is another factor in what one may consider to be equal or not. You, I, and the others eavesdropping us are the special 10% who become full-blooded Garou. Some of us had family to prepare for the first change, whilst others were not so fortunate. The tissues of their cub I remembered this time. And yes, I did say 10%. 90%, 90, of her children never become werewolves, serving us spiritually and biologically as carriers, physically too. These are the Galileans, though you probably hear them as more as kinfolk. In the most basic of terms, kinfolk are both mortal and animals that are biologically and spiritually connected to the Fera, be it changing breed or Garou, but are not supernatural shapeshifters. As they are part mortal and part Fera, they are immune to the effects of the delirium. Most kinfolk are unable to use gifts and rites, for they lack the gnosis to do so. Those who can have less than the average new cub and can only perform the most basic of rites and gifts, some of which being unique to them, which has been encouraged and taught primarily by the children of Gaia, though there are some found within every tribe, just like you and I in that sense. Every so often, you will hear of a kinfolk who can perform other magics and sorceries that we are incapable of, and I have no doubt that such kinfolk exist. They are just exceptionally rare and are often ostracized for such abilities. Kinfolk do not have auspices either, though you will notice the tendencies, as it were. Your mortal siblings would probably be good at storytelling too, for you are a Galliard. Siblings of a Ragabash would probably have similar humour, and one with a Philodox sibling might have been the responsible one, organising the younger siblings and always having a good idea with what's what and general bookkeeping. Kinfolk will tend to fall into two groups, kenning and callow. Most kinfolk fall into the kenning group, which are kinfolk that know what they are, a mortal belonging to one of the Garou tribes. What they know beyond that is dependent on their family, tribe, and sept. Many will only see their Garou relatives during times of need, providing food and shelter as and when appropriate, living fairly normal lives otherwise, whilst others spend their time preparing for those important moments, constantly living on the edge. Such families can adopt strict hierarchy systems where the head of the house, usually the father, calls the shots. Again, this depends on the tribe. Black Furies won't have such patriarchal leadership, I should say, and the Bone Aurors would be much looser with either patriarchal or matriarchal heads, and Red Talons, of course, have no human kinfolk. Callow kinfolk are those who are fully capable of passing on the Garou blood, and they do, but they have no idea of who or what they are, unaware of that 10% chance that little Timmy will prolapse their parents. Sorry, too soon. They are also ignorant of the supernatural around them, putting down interference with banes and spirits as bad luck, with the kids' imaginary friends being kinfetches, spirits assigned to watch over the kinfolk. When that eventual first change happens, you can probably appreciate the varying levels of difficulty to get them to understand and accept this part of them. Again, this is dependent on family, tribe, and sept. Just because they are inherent to the Garou blood does not mean that they will answer the calling of Gaia. In worst case scenarios, some may become hunters, and their inhumanity to the delirium can make them terrifying foes. What is the call? What is the call? Come on, cub, employ your brain. The Garou request their help. They must do so. If the threat of physical and emotional abuse is not enough, the threat of banishment, the social stigma of being an outsider and alone is too much. Kinfolk are expected to invest their entire energy into their task, even if it demands self-sacrifice, be it financial, emotional, and physical, in all senses of the word. Some kinfolk revel in this and the strength it brings them, whilst others detest it. It depends on... well, you know the score already. It is, however, expected for kinfolk to remember their place. No matter the affection, the stereotypical Garou expects respect from their kin, remembering the Garou are the ones in charge. Don't be surprised if kinfolk address you as sir or mum or whatever specific titles and pronouns you use. The note to care for their Garou relatives in times of need are discussed already. They get the lion's share of nourishment, bed rest, etc., but generally know when not to strike out against their kinfolk. A Garou is quick to anger, that is no secret, and such physical altercations lead to death. Many kinfolk know the submissive behavior of a dog and wolf to expose their throat and belly, which can cut through the Garou's rage-induced urges, but that's not always successful. I'm glad that bothers you, as it fucking should. Many of us forget the word kin within kinfolk. It means family, and many on both sides like to abuse their privileges, desecrating the sacred and playful rights of love, marriage, and devotion, and that is before you consider the estranged inbreeding and incest within our cultures. Many Garou treat their kinfolk as breeding vamps to pump and dump their load and hope for the best, forgetting the folk part. Kinfolk are left out of moots, which is particularly frustrating when parts of our moots discuss kinfolk. Sure, there have been plenty of kinfolk that have been turned bad, such as the hunters I mentioned earlier on, as well as the infamous Samuel Haight and his skin dancers, or stolen moons as some call them, but that is a conversation for another time, Cup. Just know for now that being blessed by a Gaia is not only the way to become a Garou, and this blasphemous tribe is filled with envious kinfolk, filled with hatred and sadness. But to return back to relations, you should know the good, bad, and ugly about the handling each tribe has with their kinfolk, and vice versa. I will omit the black spiral dancers and their kin for now, so be patient for that uncomfortable conversation in full. Black Fury kinfolk are predominantly masculine presenting, which I don't think needs explaining, though some go to great lengths to find a wolf mate because they don't have the insecurity of human males. Some Homid kin have to be strong and sensitive to various issues, as the Black Furies wouldn't bother with them if their emotional and mental maturity matched. They understand that marriage, to the Furies, is a pact, not a contract, with monogamy is as common as polyamory, and regardless of whether they are polyamorous or not, they mate for life. Like their Garou counterparts, Black Fury kinfolk are often activists of some description, benefiting the protection of children and women, and are found scattered across the world, particularly in Greece. The Bone Gnawers are known for their polyamorous activities too. Have fun distinguishing between Garou and kin cub. This fun challenge becomes more difficult with their reputation of picking up anyone not accepted into any tribe. This large cultural diverse pool is part of their ostracizing in the Garou nation, but collecting homeless outsiders across many of the world's cities and making a home for them is commendable, especially when you consider it's just a moment to make up the most of the homeless populations: women, the elderly, people of color, and queer people. The children of Gaia hold their kinfolk to the highest esteem, more so than any other Garou can honestly say. They recognize the importance of the role kinfolk have in our society and try to equate them equal status where at all possible, for better and for worse. If you ever see a kinfolk during our mutes, chances are it is due to a child of Gaia. Samuel Haight was also a child of Gaia kinfolk, so expect his name to be brought up a lot too. That aside, the children of Gaia kinfolk focus a lot of volunteer community work and doing good for the planet, i.e. Gaia. A downside to this is that the children of Gaia, like the Glasswalkers, have practically no wolf kin. The Fianna have plenty of wolf kin, particularly of North and this barely united kingdom. Although a fair amount are in prison, zoos, they have more freedom in America, or as free as the land of the free pretends to have it. The Homid kinfolk are mainly of Celtic descent, much the Garou proper, and are close to their cairns, with the most trusted of which being able to move in and out of the bourne as they see fit. Some go that step further to dedicate their lives to their cairn, sacrificing their normal human lives. or as normal as their kinfolk existence allows, integrating with cultures that Heartwardens are known for, the Irish and Scottish, and so forth. And I know what I said about the children of Guy, but many of my own tribe, the Fenrir, would insist our love for our kin is greater. We acknowledge it is them who we fight for. They are the ones we love and cherish, who inspire us to fight when all is lost. We are not tolerant people, so our kin has to be strong to survive. And if you can fight, you are welcome, and we will protect you. This conviction is unmatched by any of the Garou. Our wolves fight and learn the secrets of the wild as we conquer the worm. We can learn from this thoughtful, clever creature that our wolves love each other, especially as homids such as yourself. Homids teach us the ways of the weaver, yes, but teach us there is more than destruction, that there are people with thoughts and emotions, able to lovingly nurse us to health. They are warriors we push to human extremes, and our families are stronger than most, so do not piss them off. You must honor them as such, not as disposable weapons and a means to get weapons or something to get out in a pinch. And if you can protect these beautiful people, you are less than useless. This, in my opinion, is in complete contrast to the Glasswalkers. That foot soldier stuff, getting resources and diving into the concrete jungles of the Weaver, are things the Glasswalkers do for the nation. What does that leave for the predominantly homid kinfolk? If it is not breeding stock, which takes up most women kinfolk within the tribe, their tasks are either mind-numbing, dull, or extremely dangerous. The next Samuel hate-inspired incident will come from the Glasswalkers, I have no doubt. Though, to give some credit, some of the more influential kinfolk in the nation who have the greatest resources at their disposal are Glasswalker descent, and they go to the top of the businesses through all sorts of means. In many ways, understanding the kinfolk of the Red Talons is both simple and nuanced. Their kin are only wolves, but the Red Talons are part human, and this hobbit part comes into play. We know our purpose, to fight Gaia, to think and plan ahead, taking precautions and backup plans, whilst the wolf only knows survival. One Garou lupus, such as the Red Talon, will outlive multiple generations of wolf. We, particularly the Red Talons, naturally feel superior to our wolf kin as a result, who in turn dominate regular wolves. The Red Talons make up the smallest number of the tribes who will defend their own with a ferocity like any other. The Shadow Lord kinfolk are predominantly Eastern European, for that is where they originate. As they spread across the world, the main connection they all have is their power, insight, and intelligence. They should be cunning too, to hide their ambitions, something that all Shadow Lords should have, to seek change and to be the ones to make it so, whatever it takes. This does, however, mean that a lot of the male Shadow Lord kinfolk, and if you read between the lines, they are abusive. Yes, they work closely with their proteges, but they will know that they are inferior and less than. Their outward displays of pride are nothing more than frail shields of fear and disappointment. The kinfolk of Silent Striders are few and far between, mostly originating from ethnic groups and subcultures, much like the Striders themselves. Many assume the role of travelling families such as the Romani families, as well as the likes of bikers, truck drivers and circus performers, and the nomadic lifestyle of the Striders makes it difficult to keep track of who and what is produced and with who. Those who do wish to be found leave symbols to let those in the know who and what to expect. Their kinfolk move because they want to, unlike the Silent Striders that are forced to keep moving. The Silverfangs, as you probably know, are obsessed with lineage and heritage. They believe only those with the correct class and culture are born into power and can probably wield it and thus breed within what they believe is the best of their own, looking down at the ignorance of others. Their stock has wealth and power, or at least once upon a moon. The lack of diversity has damaged them immeasurably. Some would say this is a cause of their fabled madness, but eugenicism is probably to blame there too. Most of the Stargazers kinfolk are East Asian that, like the Garou counterparts, attempt to suppress their rage, they channel it. Many Stargazers hide their kinfolk away from Fera culture, only entering upon needing assistance or the need to breed, whilst others devote their lives with their kinfolk. Kinfolk of this tribe fall into similarly caring human roles, as well as ones that challenge the mind and look to the stars and inwards for answers in education. Concluding with the pure tribes, it won't surprise that both older and younger brother have plenty of kinfolk within Native American people. With older brother, the Ghost Council, this extends to the ancient tribes of the Mayans and the Aztecs and various African and Indian people and cultures. They differ from younger brother, Winter's Teeth, in that they are more inclusive, unless you are a colonizer from Europe, which is understandable. The Yucatena view their kinfolk as an integral part of their lives, participating in many Yucatena rites, moots, and voice their opinions, songs, dances, and lore freely to their kin. Like older brother, their kinfolk have a strong sense of spirituality. This, believe it or not, is a complete turnaround from what the Ghost Council used to be like, or so I've heard. Finally, Winter's Teeth, their kinfolk, like the Gelstalkers, are of Native American stock. Unlike their older brother, younger brother is Native American only. This tribe do believe they are one of their people. Their kinfolk are many, so when a Gelstalker receives their change, they are made one people of with their totem, Wendigo or North Wind, depending on who you ask. They do not forget their kinfolk and they honor them. I also understand that the kinfolk of Winter's Teeth come in two forms: those who seclude themselves from anything that isn't Native American cultures, feeling everything outside of it is filled with worm taint, and those that could distinguish between white and worm, identifying the individual worm bringers as a useful tool for native survival. Wormbringer in this case is all the western tribes, but that is a conversation for another time as well. We were once just Garou, with no tribes or auspices to distinguish ourselves. We worked out our auspices, but it is through the integration with the humans across the world, selecting these groups or tribes of people that would fit our ideologies and motives. We chose the strongest and smartest of these peoples to breed from, raising and directing their own people in turn, which would help with the formation of the Garou tribes. My point is, Cub, that kinfolk are integral to our cultures. There would be no nation with the kinfolk that we breed from, yes, but they are much more than just something to fuck. Kinfolk are living, breathing people with hearts and souls, individuals who just want respect as they put everything on the line to protect their families. I know you do not have much left, but we will find the rest of your kin. But a strong, healthy family sticks together because they want to, and you shouldn't take advantage of that. And family is not limited by blood, as I'm sure you are beginning to feel with your pack. It's likely the kin of another part of your pack may adopt you as such, as one of their own. So treat the kinfolk well, but don't become a doormat. In turn, you will get the mutual respect and affection that you so crave, Cup.
To be kept updated, follow the Lore by Night VTM Instagram and Blue Sky pages to find out when we upload each episode. You can also find out by subscribing to the YouTube channel and clicking on the little bell, as you'll be immediately notified when the latest episode is live. Until next time, farewell.